My name is Leah and I am a junior creative developer.
My name's Libby and I'm a junior creative media designer.
My name is Kira and I'm a junior creative media designer.
I wanted to do a placement year to really just be involved with professionals, how they work, get some advice on my work, on the way that I work, things that I could improve on, and having the advice of people around me would really help me.
I heard it was a really good way to get into industry and just kind of get your foot in the door and build up on the skills that you've already developed at uni.
I wanted to do a placement year because I'd heard it really helps your employability after uni, and I found it really hard to find schemes that offered training while you were there rather than just expecting you to know everything before.
So a lot of previous students had done placements at Dynamic and spoke very highly of it, and doing a little bit of background research on it. The team looked lovely, I'd heard nothing but good things about it, and I thought if I wanted to be able to improve and get some experience within the creative industry, this would be the place to do it.
I chose to apply to Dynamic specifically because I really liked that they were based in Harewood in Leeds, and I saw the high profile clients that they had on the website, which was really impressive.
I had heard from our tutors at uni that a lot of students who were on the course South Morton had done it previously and they had really enjoyed it, and many of them had been offered jobs after graduating.
Within the first 6 months at Dynamic, we'd received a lot of training, mostly in the first month on the software and with the equipment, and then after that we went straight into client work.
We were able to manage our own projects while still getting the support. It wasn't like we were just thrown into each project. You still had a lot of people around you who you could ask for help, so it was never overwhelming.
On the first day we met our mentors and managers, and soon after that we were involved in company meetings and socials where we got to meet people outside of those we'd work with on a daily basis. The monthly socials give everyone an opportunity to meet people outside of your team.
All the team were just really helpful in kind of wanting you to build your work up to industry standard, and I feel like even just over 6 months I've really done that.
Support-wise, I have both a manager and a mentor working with me, so every week I'll go into meetings with both of them and then I get to show them what I'm doing and kind of how I've made stuff, so I can get a lot of feedback, maybe ways I could do stuff differently, ways to make my work more efficient, and it's really improved my quality of work in doing that.
You also just get a lot of training in terms of organisation, communication, time management, stuff like that. Even just stuff, like how you use teams that otherwise, you wouldn't really have encountered at uni.
My name's Elias Chadwick. My job role is creative developer, and my placement year was between 2023 to 2024. Having a mentor was like having a safety net. They acted as a guide for the quality of work that I would produce in my placement year. When I was unsure about a task, they would provide me constructive feedback which focused on solutions rather than my errors.
I'm Freya, I'm a creative developer and I did a placement year between 2023 and 2024. The transition between being mentored and then being a mentor is kind of a really natural thing, to be honest, because you have that sort of support system throughout your placement year with a mentor and a manager. It sort of feels like you kind of want to be that person for the new people that are there because you've been in that position and you know how helpful it is.
A typical day in the role is really varied because we could be doing module designs or video edits or film shoots, so it really varies, but that keeps it interesting.
One day you might be on a film shoot at a client site, or you might be editing a video, or doing motion graphics or illustration, or it's so varied.
So as a development placement, my days are a little bit different. I do a lot of building the final products, if you will. So you're working with a lot of different brands. My role specifically isn't as code heavy. However, if that's something that you're interested in and doing something more code-based, Dynamic is really keen on helping you grow in the things that you're passionate about. So maybe if you're a developer and you want to do video work or motion graphic work, then there's definitely ways that you can do that. I know I've done quite a bit of that myself.
The roles at Dynamic are quite diverse when it comes to the placement roles. I originally had applied for the design placement. However, when I was interviewing, I kind of showed them a variation of my work, and they saw that I had some strong skills in web development and coding as well. And then they actually suggested to me that looking into the developer role might be better suited to me because it's still quite varied and you still do a lot of design, it's just there is that further element of development in there.
My placement year gave me a massive boost in creative confidence as well. I came back treating my final year as a 9-to-5 job, so because of my placement year I had quite a professional sort of schedule, and I think that really helped my momentum going into my final year.
If you're looking to apply for a placement, if you're on the fence about it or you're not entirely sure, I'd say definitely apply. The experience and the skills that I've gained in the 6 months that I've been doing the placement have been like amazing, and it's definitely not something that I would have gotten if I stayed at university.
Be yourself and just be confident that what you've done is going to get you to where you need to be.